Anyway, kind of just wanted to talk about some news that I missed the other day. The producer live digest that was out, and yeah, there's some pretty good information. Anyway, so they talked with the developers, Yoshida, and they kind of talked about with ENDWALKER coming out, what's going on, and some of the changes with the game. First thing is that benchmark trailer. I actually did do the benchmark the other day, tested it. My score was around, I think it was around 12,000. Actually, let me pull up my screenshot and I will tell you exactly what it was. If I go there, hold on just a minute. Here, let me find it. So the score goes up to like 15,000 or higher is extremely high, which is like super high end. Yeah, mine was basically a 13,000, which was very high. So not quite up to extremely high, but we're still going to be fine in ENDWALKER with our specs on our computer, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, the trailer's pretty cool. We're not going to watch it. It's 6 minutes long. If you're interested, check it out on YouTube. But it is kind of neat, but I don't want to waste the time right now. So some other things they talked about, some resistance weapon, the Paladin. So that's the spear version that I have with my Dragoon. There's the Paladin's version, the resistance weapon. Apparently there was an error on it, apparently, that they're going to fix. I'm not very familiar with that. So, 6.0, ENDWALKER, what's coming? New story. What a shock, obviously. Let's look at these screenshots here. Which, that's from ENDWALKER trailers. Yeah, all this is from the ENDWALKER trailer, so this is not really new screenshots or anything like that. But the big thing is, and that they've already announced this before, it will be the conclusion of the Hydaelyn and Zodiark saga, which began in 1.0, the terrible version of the game that was nuked to oblivion from Bahamut. And then A Realm Reborn came from a 2.0. That is concluding with the main portion of 6.0 ENDWALKER. Not the post patches or anything like that. There's not going to be apparently any kind of cliffhanger. It's going to be concluded at 6.0, and then the patches beyond that are going to set up new story progressions, not involving the main saga of what's going on. And that is going to be quite interesting to see how that plays out. I am really hyped for it. I know a lot of people who are, obviously. It's very, very intriguing to see what's going to happen. And no, it's going to conclude. And know from there what are they going to do to set up. There's obviously a lot they can do. It's just going to be very interesting to see. So they talked about just some of the other characters like Alice's and Alphinode's father, Fortunault, we'll just call it Force Fart. His guy's a dick. So new cities. They talked about Old Sharlayan's going to be in there. I think that's kind of like the major city that's going to be in the new expansion. That's going to be kind of cool. It looked like a very interesting city from the trailer. And Old Charlotte will be the Crystera. Yep, so that's going to be like the new one. And it has been talked about ever since like the beginning of the game. So they also talked about Ratzahan, which I'm not familiar with as well. So new areas, some screenshots of them, I like this one. This looks really cool. I think this is Garlean, because you're going to be taking the fight to Garlean, the Empire. And it's in the shits, so I'm assuming that's what it is. And here, if you haven't known, we're going to the fucking moon, baby. We're going to the moon. I hope it's in the Lunar Whale, because I think this one is going to have Final Fantasy IV vibes, this expansion. And yeah, we're going to the moon. I can't wait. Apparently also some floating islands. So it'll be a diverse range, and of course, the moon, baby. We're going to the moon. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm really excited for that, especially if there are Final Fantasy IV vibes in this one. The new areas are going to be great. I'm sure Garlean will be great too. I'm just excited for the moon. Everybody else is. 2 new jobs: Sage, which is a healer, a shield-based healer, and I think the scholar is being changed, and then a Reaper, who's a melee DPS, who's also going to share gear with a Dragoon. Those bastards! How dare they share my gear? It's all mine. It's Dragoon gear. It's like Hunter gear. It's not theirs. New dungeons, obviously, screenshots from them. Not a clue where they're going to be from. This looks like a train depot, obviously. Maybe we're attacking Ironforge, I'm not sure. Or Stormwind, it could be either one. So they don't really talk about them, obviously. Please look forward to it, but they really don't ever talk talk a whole lot with spoilers with every, a big time thing, big no-no in this game. High-end raid, Pandemonium. Series of raids that will be released during the 6.x series. So that I think that's like Eden, the Coils of Bahamut. I think that's what that's going to be in Endwalker. And Savage will be implemented 2 weeks after the normal raids. The illustration carries a deeper meaning, which you'll gradually understand as the story progresses. So you've got the Ascian. I mean, this is an Ascian. You've got the half that they use for their faces, which is the symbols of like Zodiac and other ones. This I can't remember the signs or whatever. The stupid like Libra and crap. I think they're based on that. But then the other face, it's only half his face, and the other face you've got the normal red Ascian mask. So I don't know what the deeper meaning is. It's probably going to involve a lot more of the Ascians. We've got their major story end during Shadowbringers, but there's still some left, and they're the unsundered versions, and we'll see what happens with them. So the Alliance raid, the 24-mans, it's going to be back to it's not going to be based on Final Fantasy or some other kind of crossover. It's going to be their own about the 12, which is the gods for a lot of them or something like that, So Myths of the Realm, that should be pretty interesting. They had some pretty good ones. The Crystal Tower, which was based on Final Fantasy III, but, I really like those. So I'm really interested to see that as well. The new beast tribes, we've got elephant dudes and walking Moogles. Cat Moogles, apparently. Beast tribes are like factions. They usually play a role in the story, so we'll see what they do. Like I said, they don't give you anything about them. You'll like this, Raven. The Magus Sisters and Anima. These aren't the same Magus Sisters that appeared in Final Fantasy IV, but rather characters of the same name that happen to exist in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. Also, they happen to exactly look like them and have the exact, pretty much the exact same weapons. Also, the middle one's fat. So they're not the same from Final Fantasy IV. They just look the same and probably act the same and are going to be dicks, just like the original. So, and Anima, they say they can't share much about it without spoilers. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a primal fight in some fashion. Yeah, I'm excited to see both of them, especially the Magus Sisters. It might not be the original Final Fantasy IV Magus Sisters, but it's all the same to me. They're the same. Yeah, really looking forward to that. Of course, new gear and crafting recipes. Of course, I don't think there's anything special about the exclusive job for each equipment, which that was in a different post. So some additional updates. New small scale PvP. I've done a few PvP. I'll probably do a PvP on stream for a bonus today. It's not too bad, actually. I got to get used to it. So new housing in Ishgard. A lot of people are very excited about that. I'm really excited this updates to the Gold Saucer. They have removed a lot of the fates in the Gold Saucer. There used to be a lot more. So I hope they add some really cool ones in there with the updates. The ones that are in there are good now, but they definitely could use a few new ones. Island Sanctuary. I think there's some kind of like farming feature that's coming in the expansion. So I don't know what that's going to involve. That might be it. New Oceania data saver. There you go, Raven. There you go. You can join Oceania. I think that's your area over in New Zealand. And a new feature for data center travel system. So, like, take North America data center. You have groups inside of the data center. So, like, I'm on Ether, and then I'm inside of Genova. So Ether is a group of servers. Genova is an individual server. I can travel to the individual servers on Ether. So I could go visit like Cactar, I think, where like Asmongold and some other big streamers are playing. I can't go to like Primal on North America or something like that, or Crystal. Let me actually, data centers. Let me actually pull this up and I'll show you what I mean. So North America. So I'm on Ether and I'm on Genova right here. You can't make a character, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be inside of Genova, Raven. You know that. I mean, who wouldn't want to be inside some alien squishy being from beyond the stars kind of thingy that can turn into anything, please? I've seen I've seen that before. I've seen where that goes, you know, once or twice. So I can travel to any of these servers on either. I can't visit Primal or Crystal. So with this data center change, I'll be able to, if they test it, go to like Primal servers with my character or Crystals and visit those servers, which is pretty cool. Really, I think they will hopefully also cross over in some of the roulettes and things like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They're also adding a lottery system for the housing because the housing is insane to get. I'm sure people will probably be happier with that. Same with special permits for getting for your free company as well. It's its own meta game to get housing in Final Fantasy XIV. It's a pain. I do actually have I just bought an apartment inside of my free company house just so I could put up basically green screens to take screenshots of my characters for my YouTube videos that I've been posting. Yeah. So let me go show you real quick here. Let's go channel. So like this screenshot right here. So like I took the screenshot of my character inside of like my free company house so I could edit it out and put it into another screenshot and things like that. So I basically made it a green screen in my apartment in Final Fantasy XIV. I'll if I get there, I'll show it to you. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. It is what it is. So one thing that's coming and that's happened in WoW, and this is going to happen at some point, it's downscaling. So the numbers are getting too big. You know, my character has like 130,000 life. It talks about highest hit point pool has 440 million. But you got your new monitor, like that humongous like 50-inch monitor, Raven. Is it pretty? Did you get it hooked up? Is it pretty awesome? So calculations are overflowing. Text is getting too big. So basically they're doing exactly what they did in WoW, if you're familiar. They're downscaling everything to make things more in line. 43-inch and it's gorgeous. Nice, man. I've got two normal sized monitors. I say normal, I don't know, they're probably like 21 inches, you know, or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. How much, if I can ask, how much was it? So one thing that happened in WoW that I would be worried about in this was when they downscaled, some old content it got wonky in old content that you would try to clear that you could easily before. So what they're going to be doing is, if you're going to be doing that, they're going to be giving you a buff to compensate to make sure, okay, yeah, that level 60 content that you could still solo before, you're still going to be able to, because we're going to make sure, but we're just going to give you a flat buff and you'll be fine. So yeah, they just talk about that. One other thing, I didn't know this was happening. They're removing belts in the game. Okay, I guess, not sure why. I guess, I don't know. I don't remember. Did those even show up in your, transmog, your glamours? I don't know. And some of the updates that are coming here. So we got the Moonfire Fair, which is a pretty cool jumping puzzle I'm going to try. I don't remember what the Rising is, but right here, Final Fantasy 15 collaboration. I'm getting the car mount. It's a four person seater. It only costs like 200,000, I think, Moogle coins, something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what they talk about in this. I'm definitely looking forward to the changes that are coming. I do have Endwalker pre-ordered, so let's see right here. So I'll have early access on 11/19 with that. So I'll definitely be playing.